Lucy gets called onto the American Idol set. Ryan Seacrest nudges her straight into the audition room, and she just goes along with it, performing in her uniform for the judge. Right when it seems like they're ready to hand her a ticket to move forward, she bolts. Tim catches her as he opens the door, asking what she was up to. She brushes it off, saying it was nothing. Meanwhile, several precincts are holding blood drives. The chief nearly passes out after refusing a juice box, trying to keep up a tough image. At the same time, Harper's ex shows up at her work. Their daughter has been having nightmares, and Harper promises to stop by later. A crime reporter also comes in looking for case reports. Lucy hands them over, which annoys Tim. The reporter then tells Lucy about a string of recent hotel robberies. Harper and John stop by her ex's house so she can visit their daughter. Harper feels uneasy standing on the front steps. She hasn't been inside since the breakup. Once in the house, she talks with her daughter, who says she saw a woman the night before out on the street with blood on her hand. Meanwhile, Harper's ex tells John that Harper was nearly killed by a drug dealer right in front of their daughter. Before leaving, Harper asks if she can come back later that night, and he agrees. As they step outside, they notice what looks like blood on the ground in front of the house. In the car, Tim gives Lucy a lecture of not trusting the press. Their next call takes them to a garage, where a man is angrily shouting at a mechanic. Suddenly, he pulls a snake from a bag and swings it around as a threat, but the plan backfires when the snake bites him in the face. He drops it and collapses. Tim and Lucy climb onto the bed of a truck, unsure where the snake went. Lucy steps up and bravely manages to grab it, while Tim stays back on the truck. Harper asks John to go back with her to her ex's house since he's a good buffer. On the way, John mentions that he has a date lined up. Meanwhile, the crime reporter returns to the precinct and invites Lucy out for a drink. She says those reports Lucy gave her were useful and wants to repay her. The two end up having a drink together. Elsewhere, Jackson and Angela chat about her boyfriend, who's been acting strange lately. Jackson hints that it sounds like he might be planning to propose. Angela gets irritated, but she knows he's probably right. Back at her eggs, Harper feels annoyed, suspecting he might be seeing someone new. Just then, John and Grace arrive with dinner. During the meal, Harper tries to bring up the subject directly, asking if her ex is dating. He insists he isn't. Later, the crime reporter urges Lucy to follow her up to a hotel room she rented, convinced something is about to happen. Lucy refuses unless Tim comes too. The reporter agrees, and Tim shows up. Angela is frustrated now because she can't stop thinking about the possibility of a proposal. Meanwhile, Harper and John spot a woman in white walking down the windy street. It proves her daughter wasn't just imagining things. They head out and find the woman wandering in a white nightgown, carrying a shotgun. Harper and John order her to put the weapon down and raise her hands. She complies, explaining that a coyote attacked her dog and she's out looking for it to get revenge. Back at the hotel, the crime reporter's instincts turn out to be right. Tim and Lucy watch as an armed man approaches a room across the hall. It looks like a woman has been luring men inside and then setting them up to be robbed. Tim and Lucy move in to stop it, while the reporter sneaks onto the balcony, trying to get a shot through another window. But she slips, dangling from the edge as she screams. Tim rushes over to pull her up, sending Lucy after the suspect while he calls it in. As John heads to his car after helping Harper, he spots a small white dog he assumes belongs to the woman in white. He takes the dog back toward her house, but when he looks through the window, he sees a man inside with duct tape over his mouth. Before he can react, John is struck from behind. When he regains consciousness, John finds himself hanging from a beam with his hands strapped above him. Nearby, a man he recognizes, a neighbor of Harper's, reveals himself. His husband is tied to a chair, clearly drugged. The man explains that his husband has been trying to leave him, and he's been keeping him there against his will. He tells John he shouldn't have interfered, claiming they were making progress. Harper gets ready to leave her daughter after telling her that she found the woman in white. But her daughter asks about the man she's been hearing, the one who screams at night. As Harper heads out, she notices John's truck still parked out front. Suspicious, she looks toward the house across the street. Inside, the man is debating how to kill John, but every idea he suggests, John quickly shuts down. He refuses to use a gun, worried the noise will draw attention. Finally, he decides to tape over John's face to cut off his breathing. Just as he does, the doorbell rings. It's Harper. He answers casually, pretending he hasn't seen John, and shuts the door. Moments later, Harper makes her way into the basement and takes him down. Afterward, Harper and her ex share a quiet moment of understanding. He suggests she crash on the couch since she clearly needs rest. Elsewhere, Angela finally gets her big proposal at home before the planned hot air balloon ride, and she happily says yes. Meanwhile, John is patched up by Grace, who reminds him they need to take things slow. He agrees. What did you think of this episode? Let me know in the comments below.